Welcome everyone to Module 1 of this comprehensive 10-module tutorial. If you're a non-technical professional using generative AI at work, you are exactly where you need to be. Today we're laying the foundation. We're going to completely rethink how you actually communicate with AI, all to make sure the work you're doing is safer, more secure, highly effective, and way more cost-effective for your organization. Let's get right into it. This entire Enterprise AI Literacy series is brought to us by Virtualization Options LLC. They're a fantastic Colorado-based advisory group that helps medium and large organizations figure out these complex, emerging tech tools. And you know what they've found? The biggest risks and honestly the largest hidden costs in enterprise AI don't actually come from the technology itself. They come from how we, the employees, interact with it. That is exactly what this module is designed to solve. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for Module 1. First, we'll tackle the core misconception. Second, we'll discuss the co-authoring mindset. Third, directing the literal assistant. And finally, the business reality of tokens. Section 1. The core misconception. Why AI is absolutely not a search engine. So if you're constantly getting unhelpful, kind of generic outputs from AI, fixing it really starts with busting a fundamental myth. Look, we've all spent the last 2 decades training our brains to use search engines, right? You type in a query and the engine goes and fetches an existing document from a server somewhere. It retrieves indexed information. But generative AI is a completely different ballgame. You aren't retrieving a document that already exists out there. You are actively co-authoring a brand new probabilistic response right there on the spot. It literally doesn't exist until you ask for it. To put a finer point on it, generative AI is what we call a probabilistic language model. It's a mathematical system. It generates responses based on statistical patterns it learned from analyzing massive data sets. It takes your input, taps into that training, and constructs an answer that it statistically calculates is the absolute best string of words to follow your prompt. It's not looking up facts in a giant database. It's predicting the best possible response based on probability. Moving on to Section 2, the co-authoring mindset, going from query to direction. Because this technology operates on co-creation rather than just fetching files, our behavior really has to change. We have to move from a query and retrieve mindset to a communicate and direct mindset. You aren't just tossing keywords into a void and crossing your fingers. You're actually stepping into a managerial role here. You are communicating a specific goal and directing a highly capable system on exactly how to get it done for you. And here's the kicker. The quality, the specificity, and the safety of the AI's output is 100% dependent on how you frame that initial input. If you put barely any thought into the prompt, well, you're going to get a pretty poor result. Vague prompts produce vague results. Ambiguous prompts produce ambiguous or, honestly, sometimes completely incorrect results. You can't really blame the AI for giving you a generic corporate summary if your only instruction was just the word summarize. The output is a direct reflection of your input. Section 3. Directing the literal assistant, why explicit instructions matter. Okay, so if it's not a search engine, how should we think about it? Think of the AI as this brilliant intern who just walked into your office on their very first day. Now, this intern has read the entire internet, so they are incredibly smart. But there's a catch. They lack all organizational context. This literal assistant knows absolutely nothing about your specific company. They don't know your role, your target audience, your quarterly goals, or your company's preferred style. They only know what you explicitly tell them right there in the chat box. So the crucial point is it's on you to bring that missing context to every single interaction. To direct this literal assistant effectively, your prompts need 4 essential elements. First, context. What's the background of the task? Second, boundaries. What should the AI absolutely not do or include? Third, tone expectations. Are we talking a formal executive memo here or a friendly customer email? And fourth, desired output format. Do you need 3 bullet points, a table, or a couple of short paragraphs? If you leave these out, the AI just has to guess. And when AI guesses, you get generic, unusable work. Section 4. The business reality of tokens and the cost implications. We've talked a lot about the quality of the AI's work, but now we really need to look at the direct financial impact. Simply put, bad prompting wastes your organization's money. In the world of generative AI, the currency is the token. A token represents compute resources. Basically, every single word, every punctuation mark, every space, both in the prompt you type and the response the AI gives you, consumes a token. Companies don't just pay a flat fee for this magic, they are continually billed based on this exact token consumption. Every time you hit enter, it costs compute resources. Let's see how this builds into a really startling cause and effect scenario for organizational waste. Imagine an employee who treats the AI like a search engine. They send a vague prompt, get a bad answer, send a correction, get another bad answer, and they do this, say, 5 times until they finally get what they need. That conversational trial and error just consumed 5 times the necessary resources. Compare that to someone who planned their prompt, giving context, tone, and format upfront. That second person got the exact same high-quality result on the very first try, using only a fraction of the compute resources. Now, it might just seem like a few extra seconds of your day to fire off a quick, lazy prompt and ask the AI to try again, but think about the scale for a second. When that lazy prompting habit is multiplied across hundreds or thousands of employees interacting with AI multiple times every single day, the financial impact is absolutely massive. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought as we wrap up Module 1. Before your next AI interaction, ask yourself, are your vague prompts compounding organizational waste? It's time to change the mindset, be explicit, direct the assistant, and protect your company's resources. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you in Module 2.